Dang it. Hello, everybody. My name is Josh, and welcome back to Would You Rather. Apparently, my recording button pops up on an entire separate screen. Why, I don't know. Anyway, we left off in the last episode with a completely different question. Um, due to what the hair just sticking up randomly. Um, I was unable to continue with that last episode. I mean, obviously, I'm continuing right now, but we're continuing with a different question because I didn't do an episodes back to back. So, would you rather have tooth decay on each tooth or never again be able to leave your place? Never again be able to leave your place? What does that have to do with tooth decay? I mean, we all have tooth decay automatically. Even if you brush your teeth, you're still going to have a little bit of tooth decay over time. So that's just natural. I'm going to go with that. Wow. 45% of people, I guess, want to never want to leave their place again. I don't even know what this. Moving on. Have to sneak the word moist into every conversation you have. Absolute weird. Have a piece of pepper permanently stuck in your front teeth. What the? Well, both of these are weird, but at least this one you can sort of hide. Oh my god. It's pepper. It's non-existent. It doesn't say, or it says front teeth, so yeah, it'll be there, but why would you, do you know how awkward sticking moist in every conversation is gonna be? Like the legitimacy of that? Anyways, would you rather have a lack of class or a lack of intelligence? I'd rather have a lack of class. You need intelligence to do anything decent in life. Class is just how people perceive you, and I've never really cared about what people think about me. Just being totally honest on that one. I'm me. If you like me, great. If you don't like me, well, that's a personal problem for you. Moving on. Never run out of battery power for whatever phone and tablet you own, or always have free Wi-Fi wherever you go. Okay, well, there's a lot of places that offer free Wi-Fi. Like if you go into Starbucks or, you know, places where you can sit down. So that's not really a benefit to me, to be honest. And I mean, see, it says wherever you go. So it's not necessarily saying at home. If it said free Wi-Fi at home, this would be a different story, but it's wherever you go. And I don't really use Wi-Fi outside of my house, to be particularly honest. That doesn't benefit me. But this, ooh, people want Wi-Fi. See, I DoorDash, so my phone never running out of battery, phew, benefit for me. Having battery life on your phone is the same thing. Or infinite fuel in your car. I'm going to go with infinite fuel. I mean, who wouldn't want infinite fuel in their car? Okay, moving on. Give up wine forever. Give up beer forever. Well, I don't really drink either one of these. So I'm going to go give up beer. Just because I like wine more than I do beer. I don't care for beer. In fact, I don't care for alcohol in general, to be perfectly honest. I've had wine a couple times, so it tastes a lot better than any beer I've ever had. But that's just my personal opinion. Live with no electronics? Hell no. Live with no friends? Oh, huh. Well, I don't live with friends anyway. They live completely separate from me. So is that what we're talking about? Like living as in living in a house? Because that's not really bothering me. Live with no friends, as in I don't have friends. Um, well, to be perfectly honest, I'm gonna go with this one, which is that's kind of a depressing percentage. But if I'm being honest, um, it's not that I don't like my friends. But I hardly see them. So this is kind of already what I'm doing, not intentionally. I'm just so busy I haven't really had time to contact them, which I feel bad about that. But at the same time, you know, things and things. Whereas electronics is kind of my life. I DoorDash with my phone. I'm on here with you guys. Like electronics is my life. All right. Live in ancient Rome. Live in ancient Greece. Well, you can technically do both. because Greece is part of Rome at one point, and they're both ancient at this point. So, but if we're talking about Greece before Rome, um, huh, I'm gonna go with ancient Rome, just because ooh, more people want to go to ancient Greece. I mean, this is where democracy started, and then yeah, they kind of lost it by being taken over, and then Rome had democracy for a bit. But Rome is kind of bigger, and there's a lot more historical stuff going on with Rome than there is really Greece. I don't know. See, that's a tough one. That is a very big, tough one. But I went with Rome because, like I said, a lot more interesting stuff I feel you can figure out history-wise from Rome. Would you rather eat KFC or McDonald's? I like my chicken. Ooh, everyone likes McDonald's. I like very few things from McDonald's. I mean, like the Big Mac, sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, Chick-fil-A, French fries, certain things. Most of McDonald's food is meh. But chicken from KFC, man, that never gets old. Anyway, would you rather run 18 miles or swim 3 miles? I'd rather do neither. That's just frick-fracking crazy. At least, you know, I don't want to do either. They're both terrifying. Now, it doesn't say I can't take breaks, right? Like I can just take a break, go back to swimming, take a break, and same thing with the running. I'm going to assume there's breaks. Oh, I didn't say there wasn't breaks. But apparently a lot more people would rather run than swim. I mean, run you can sit down every once in a while, and swim you can get out of the pool every once in a while. It does not say I cannot take breaks. But if there is no breaks, then I would probably have to agree with, even then, if there's no breaks, 3 miles is still a lot easier. But swimming takes a little more effort than running. Ooh, well, I'm gonna stick with my answer. Would you rather ski or surf? Well, I've never surfed. Uh, I've attempted to water ski. Does that count? I've never winter skied. So I legitimately cannot answer this question. But I'm gonna go with, I feel like skiing. If I had to choose to try one, I think I'd want to try skiing over surfing. I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to legitimately do surfing, trying to get up on that wave. I feel like I wouldn't have the ability to do that. At least with skiing, I can just go downhill and let my momentum carry me. But anyways, be able to never wear pants, terrifying. Be able to never wear shorts. I'm gonna have to go with shorts because Wisconsin is cold as crap, and I need my pants. So I gotta say about that. I'd rather sweat in the summer than freeze in the winter. That's just me. Would you rather live in a treehouse or in a floating treehouse? I don't trust a floating house. That could fall, man. Don't even know. Heck no. Have free movie tickets all your life. Have the right to download movies free and legally. I'm gonna go with this one. Wow, it's actually pretty close. Now, my reasoning on this, I don't mind going out to movie theaters every once in a while, but I feel like, especially the last couple of times I went to see movies, I feel like the lack of respect in a movie theater is just unacceptable. The last time I went to go see a movie, people were talking through the entire movie. One lady even answered her phone in the middle of the movie and didn't even bother to leave the theater. She just sat there in her seat talking on the phone. And I heard kids laughing. It's a whole thing, man. It's at that point. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it was like, okay, $5 for a movie and a couple bucks, like $5 for a soda and the thing. Okay, $10. Not really a big deal for some disrespect. But nowadays, it's like $10 just for the ticket and $20 for a thing of popcorn and soda. So now I'm dropping $30 to watch a movie, which is the price of a movie that you can buy literally streaming and downloading it. So if I'm spending that kind of money on top of the fact of the effort and gas to go to a movie, I expect people to be considerate in that movie theater. But that's just me. So if my personal preference is to watch at home for that particular reason. Would you rather adopt a puppy or adopt a kitten? Puppy all the way, man. Ooh, that's actually pretty close. I don't mind kittens and cats, but I'm more of a dog person. Because, dogs actually acknowledge your existence, and cats, I feel like they just want to be left alone. And that's just based off of my friends' cats that I've met. I've never actually had a pet cat when I was a very little kid, but that was a long time ago. I don't really remember him. But the cats I have run into from my friends, they prefer to just be loners and be by themselves. I feel like cats don't really want attention, and if I'm gonna have a pet, I need to be able to give it attention. That's just how I am. Right, Hulk? Where are you, Hulk? Hey, Hulk. I knew you were on one of the couches. He's looking at me like, no, I don't need attention right now. Would you rather work at the FBI or work at the CIA? Ooh, interesting question. I'm gonna go with FBI because I'd rather stay in country. I mean, CIA is around the world, undercover type stuff, on behalf of the USA, and that's kind of scary, in my particular opinion, because you know you're undercover, and if you get caught, you're kind of screwed. At least with the FBI, you're backed by the U.S. government, and you're just here in the U.S. Would you rather never use emojis or never read memes for the rest of your life? Well, I don't really use emojis anyway, so. And memes are kind of funny, depending on which ones they are, of course. Would you rather drink flat water or sparkling water? What the hell is flat water? That sound in the background is my mini fridge just being weird. Stop. 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 God dang it. Yeah, I moved my mini fridge and I forgot to adjust the legs, so then when it turns on, it kind of vibrates a bit and makes a weird noise. But anyways, I don't know what flat water is. I've heard of sparkling water, never heard of flat water before, so I'm gonna go with sparkling water because I can. When they said flat water, they mean tap water? I don't know. Be fluent in every language, or able to play every musical instrument. I'd rather be fluent in every language. You know how effective that would be in life? No one could say anything behind your back. You would know everything they're saying. It'd be one of those troll moments every time. They'd be talking crap about you, and then you speak in their language like, ha! I heard every word. Anyways, would you rather hunt and eat meat, or plant a garden and be a vegetarian? Meat all the way, man. Oh, more people want to be... This is interesting. I prefer my meat, though. Being a vegetarian... Well, I eat both veggies and meat. Being a vegetarian by itself is not healthy, because your body needs a certain amount of nutrients to function, and vegetables don't give you all the nutrients you need. Some of them do come from meat, and while there are some fruits and vegetables that do provide some level of protein, none of them are effective enough to give you the same amount as meat, and then you become protein deficient, and then you gain weight. Yeah, I knew a coworker that she switched to a vegetarian, and she gained a lot of weight. Anyways, would you rather have Lady Gaga as your mother, that's kind of weird, or Madonna as your mother? How about neither? I'm perfectly fine with my own mother. Thank you very much. But if I absolutely had to choose, well, Madonna's dead already, so screw it. Wow, most people agree with me just because she's more of my generation. Actually, I think she's actually around my age too, maybe a little older. Maybe she's in her 40s, I think. A little older than me. That's kind of weird. Anyways, moving on. Eat only stale croissants for the rest of your life, or never be allowed to eat any pastry again. I'd rather eat stale. And I'm allergic to mold. I love pastries. Pastries like donuts and stuff is great. Would you rather fight a lion, or would you rather fight a bear? Would you rather die, or die? That's my choice I'm giving. Either one you can run from. Either one of these start running at you and you're dead. I'm sorry. But, okay. Question, are we allowing weapons like bear spray? Because then I'll fight the bear. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm dead either way. I mean, wow, 55% would rather fight the bear. I just don't like the bear because I mean, depending on the type of bear, there are supposed to be ways you can get around it. I've never heard of a way to actually escape a lion, so I feel like a bear might have a slightly better chance, but who knows. Be able to play all instruments properly, or a virtuous in one inch. Virtuous what? Virtuoso? Aru? I'm going to assume that basically means you're really good at that one particular instrument, whatever that. Virtuous? I think that's what they're trying to go for. I don't know. I guess I'll go with play all instruments promptly because I'm not sure what they're trying to go for that particular question. Final question. Watch a great movie with a crappy ending or an average movie with an epic ending? I'd rather watch the build up, man. That's see, oh, this is where this question's kind of goofy because a great movie is a lot of build up with an awesome ending at the end. Like when you build on the characters and the surrounding. You can't have a great movie that ends crappily. It just no. Then it's not a great movie. So, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been according to my last video, apparently it's been 9 years since I've done a Would You Rather, so I figured, why not? Well, obviously, the previous episode, really Would You Rather episode as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next one.